Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to kind of talk about where I am emotionally and how I kind of plan to move forward, as I think it's probably going to affect the content that I throw out to you guys in the moment. So bear with me as I try and explain this. What I have been going through lately, and it's not until recently that I've really begun to admit it to myself as something that I'm going through, is Quasi Recovery. And for those of you that don't know, Quasi Recovery is kind of this limbo between being in the depths of your eating disorder and being deemed fully recovered. And that is kind of where I'm at right now. I'm weight restored and then I'm at a healthy weight. However, I am still struggling with giving into urges, and I still have like a mindset around restriction over some things. There's still fear foods, there's still needing to feel safe around counting exchanges, not so much counting calories, but I feel like now in my recovery of using the exchange system, I've grown to attach to it. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but there's definitely something going on there, and just still feeling so blocked by all the self-talk in my head and limiting thoughts. So that's kind of a gist of what Quasi Recovery is, and the preoccupation with me being scared to follow the meal plan I discharged treatment off of because I'm scared I'm going to gain weight again is also a factor in determining that I am stuck in this Quasi Recovery state. I'm not really sure why I'm making this video. I just kind of felt called to share my current situation and what I'm currently going through in hopes to remind you that you're not alone, and sometimes what people put off on social media might not be exactly the truth of what they're going through. They could sometimes be hiding something, and they have every right to not want to come out about something if they don't feel comfortable, and that's okay. I'm just not that kind of person. I am very open. I don't really like to keep what I'm going through to myself, because before I sought help or anything, I held everything inside. So now I always try and be open, because I never want to go to that stage of my life again where I just don't tell anyone about anything, because it was very scary and I don't ever want to go back there. So it's kind of why I like to tell you guys everything. So I'll probably eventually make a more in-depth video on what exactly Quasi Recovery is and recovering from it. A lot of people like the videos I've watched by Ladle. I'll leave a link in the description box below, but I watched her video on Quasi Recovery as well as a bunch of her other videos. The Quasi Recovery video talked about the mini mod method, and I would love to go into a more deeper in-depth video of when I did the mini mod method. I didn't do it this past year, but I did do it when I was first recovering from my eating disorder on my own before my relapse. So I'd love to share my experience with that. I'd highly recommend it. That had very good results for me, although what triggered my relapse at that point was the fact that I wasn't happy with my recovered body, and that's something I'd also like to get into. I'm afraid this video is kind of all over the place, but I just mainly wanted to get around the idea of what Quasi Recovery is, and that's kind of where I find myself right now. And I'm planning going forward with this period of time for the content that I want to share, kind of just focus on creating more self-love, in a sense that posting self-care routine, mindful movement, tips on following your meal plan, and really admitting to yourself that you are going to choose recovery. And I feel like I'm making this because I want to document the moment, which is right now, that I decide that I'm not going to let this disorder hurt me anymore. I'm not going to let this impact my life, because after what happened with me yesterday, I don't know if any of you guys were on social media, but I appreciate all the messages you guys messaged me with, gave me hope and support about like the huge anxiety attack that I was like having yesterday with like food and after the race and like eating and all that kinds of stuff. And that kind of showed me that like, had it not been for my mom being with me, I would have given into urges, and that made me scared, because when my mom stopped me, I started like crying. I was like, please, 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 I can't like just sit here and not do anything. And that just showed me like how stuck I am, and how much I must hate myself, or have hated myself in that moment, to want to choose that urge. And I don't want to feel that way anymore. I don't want to feel so disconnected from myself and scared of my own consciousness. I don't want to keep on going that way, because it scares me more than I know, because with college coming up, I don't think that I would be able to, as of right now, if I did not do any recovery thing whatsoever, I don't think I'd make it to college right now in August. Not that I wouldn't be here, but that I would not be able to handle being by myself and having to trust my own decisions, and that I'd always do the right thing without someone or supporters with me, like my family. And I want to, starting now, work to rewire that mindset, and to try and to fully commit to recovery. And even though I'm scared, because what I want, a college experience, friends, family experiences, and to travel without worrying about food, without worrying about, I can't go on X trip because there might not be any options for me. Well, I want to go based on like how excited I am to go, not based on the food options that are available. I don't want food to rule my life anymore. And that's something I think a lot of you guys can relate to, is that we're stuck in this mindset that we're afraid of what comes after being drawn to food and connected to it for so long. We don't know what it's like to live without thinking about food, without really worrying about what our next meal is going to be. When the life that should be lived is being present, not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, but fully enjoying your interactions with other people and the experiences you make, and food being the fuel, not the sole purpose for living. And that's a point I eventually want to get to. And I guess this is my video marking that I am going to choose recovery, and I'm not going to half-ass it anymore, and I'm going to go all in and try the best that I can to really honor my body. I'm definitely scared I might gain weight, but you know what? If my body needs it, then that's what I gotta do, because I'd rather be a little bit higher in my weight and be living completely free of ed than to be just here, stable, just getting by. And yeah, I would love that. And I actually felt inspired by that by watching a video by Megsy Recovery. Leave a link down to that video below. But yeah, this is where I'm at right now, and if any of you guys can relate, know that I'm here right beside you, and I'm supporting you, and you're not alone in this. And if I'm doing it, I know you can do it too, because this is hard. This is not easy, but you're capable of it. The universe put this in our path, I think, and I always repeat this to myself, because they know that we are the people with the ability to overcome it and grow stronger and help other people that don't understand it, help them to understand it. And I think these obstacles can only make us stronger, and that's why I'm kind of grateful for it. But right now it's kind of like hurting me right now, so we gotta like fix that. So that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, if your first video of mine that you're watching, I am sorry. It is not like the most perfect thing, but anywho, my name is Zoe. I am 18 years old and I make videos on, I don't know, I'm kind of like, ever since like a couple months ago, I've been kind of trying to restart this channel, because it's been with me since like 2016, so I've kind of grown a lot since then. But I want to share with you guys, or like I'm gonna share with y'all, what I eat in a day, what I eat in a day in recovery, mindful movement, self-care, just focusing on like body positivity, love, being yourself, and kind of like embracing your intuition and like where you're at, and like following your guidance throughout what the universe has planned for you. And yeah, that was kind of like low-key deep. We're just gonna like act like that didn't happen. So I hope all of you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you're not subscribed already, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon next to it so you know when I post videos next. Also, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, and also I would really appreciate it if you guys comment below what videos you'd like to see more of, so I kind of know like what I should be, or what I should film, because it's always nice to hear your guys' opinions and what you guys think. So yeah, bye.